Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet once again. My name is Jason and today we are back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time we played nice, I guess, with most of the galaxy, but we're slowly making our way. We're slowly, we'll say, making the moves necessary to sort of we'll say undermine and maybe we'll say prepare the landscape, as it were, I guess, for the lack of a more we'll say galactic term, to go ahead and invade the Naxxilian Union. Because, or even maybe not even invade them. I just want to see them sort of shut down, because as we can see here, they are definitely pushing into our territory here, and I don't like this. I really feel like the Naxxilian Union is going to be our next major threat, the next major problem that we need to deal with. So I've been thinking about ways to deal with them. The Rhodian Hive wants to offer something. You know, we'll get into what we're gonna do to deal with them in just a bit. They need our help against the Vilmueni Collective. This sounds like a new faction, and let's go ahead and see who this faction here is. This is a new faction of, wow, Rhodians. So do we have a rebellion of Rhodians? I totally missed that. So it looks like maybe one faction of or one planet from the Rhodian Hive has gone ahead and rebelled against the rest of the collective, and that's kind of cool. I like those little wrinkles, those little, we'll say, political wrinkles that we get in this game. It just makes this thing so interesting. The entire story of this galaxy is just so interesting to look at. You know, you look at a region like this and you know that there's a lot of conflict and just chaos going on in this area here. So it's kind of, it's really cool to look at and see how things have developed. I really wish there was a sort of a playback that really you could sort of look back and see everything that happened. However, I suspect that the file size would be immense considering just how big these save files are for just the game itself. So I guess it's not really feasible. All right, so we've sabotaged construction at Wild Mirage. Awesome. Chozil, whatever his last name is. He's an intelligence agent here, so let's go ahead and get him. Oh, he's a Tekin. So he can get better at sabotage, but he's definitely not the best. But let's go ahead and we'll say get him working on his skills in sabotage a little bit here. His bonus is pretty pitiful, so we're going to keep him on very basic missions. But I want him working to sort of damage the Naxxilian Union in any way that he possibly can, and give him a chance to develop his skills. All right, so I was thinking about this. I've been thinking, we need to. I want to be able to damage the Naxxilian Union. I'm kind of hoping we don't need to go to war with them, and the reason for that is I'm actually thinking about stopping so much with the expansion of my empire, and the reason for that is there's a couple different reasons here. Oh, okay, so I just have Strike Force Charlie sitting off in space for no reason. Why are you just off in space? No reason. They're just like, we're just gonna chill out over here. Okay. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and maybe I don't know, if there are any troops to load, go ahead and load them up. And the reason why is because I've been looking at corruption lately, and in the last episode, I believe it was, we had noticed that there was a regional capital, and I thought I was going to go ahead and move it. So I deconstructed it, and then I was going to build another one, and I discovered that I couldn't. Now, this has been clarified by a user by the name of, what was it, Myth562, who explains that upon capturing a planet, and this makes total sense, upon capturing a planet, from another empire, you can keep their regional capital. And the reason why this makes sense is because the regional capital is technically a facility. It is an object on the planet. It's an actual building. So that is a way for you to be able to keep, we'll say, or go over your limit of regional capitals. Now, I suspect if my technology had advanced to the point where I could build another one, I wouldn't have been able to get another bonus one. So technically, it gave me an early regional capital. But yeah, we have lost that now, and yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. But that does sort of highlight the what I was about to get into here about how expanding too far in this game is it's punishing. You know, there are what's the term I'm looking for? Diminishing returns. Basically, by continuously expanding, you're continuously going to be having more corruption, and the further and further away from your regional capitals they get, the more corruption you're going to have, the less money you're going to be making, and just overall, it's going to limit your ability to expand. So I feel at this point here, I don't need to be expanding too much more because I feel like I'm kind of we'll say weak in the sense, or in the term when it comes in terms of dealing with corruption. And I don't have a lot of governors that have that basically have traits that will lessen the effects of corruption. So as a result, there's a couple, but as a result, that corruption is going to get out of hand. So right now I'm kind of thinking, rather than, I'm definitely still going to expand a little bit because, I do still want to play my objectives here. But I think maybe we'll say pushing the other empires down a little bit would do me some good. So what Nexilian Union, where's go to the Taun system. All right, so once again, this is something that happened last time. Is we had these we have this gas mining base up in the Taun system, and obviously we want to defend our mining base, but the Nexilians don't like that, so they're threatening us. So you know what I'm thinking? I want to push against the Nexilian Union, but I don't want to break out into an all-out war. What I would like to do is see if there's any other ways that I can manipulate other empires to sort of go after them for me. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the diplomacy screen, we can see that they're already, they're already at war with the Teekans and with the Ralding Corporation. Let's see, who else is close to them that they could potentially want to get into a scuffle with? The Dandalus Technocracy, I believe that's these guys right here. Yes. I think they were at war, but they're no longer at war with the Dandalus Technocracy. So I'm kind of wondering, because last time we tried to go set up like a trade with them to, holy crap, yeah, sure, okay, here, have a bunch of money. Hopefully that'll improve their relationships with us so that we can set up a free trade agreement with them. No, not yet? Okay. We will keep working on that. And I'm wondering if it's because publicly we are not, we don't have any strained relationship with the Nexilian Union. I'm wondering if we were to impose trade sanctions on the Nexilian Union, would that open up new options for us to, maybe get some other empires to go to work for us. Now, the Cayadian territory, that's our one, we'll say, ally here. I don't necessarily want to bog them down because it looks like they're dealing with quite a bit in their own territory. But let me see, what is their military strength? I'm curious. They are actually, they're about on par with the Nexilian Union. So yeah, if I were to just get my ally here, and I wouldn't want them to go at war with the Nexilian Union. That would be one, that would be too easy because I could just go ahead, if we go to the diplomacy screen and we talk to them. I'm willing to bet trade proposal. I could probably tell them to initiate trade sanctions on whoever, and I could tell them to declare war on certain. I could tell them to go to war with the Teekan Corporation, and I wouldn't have to offer them anything at all. Wait, is that right? Or is that what I would have to do? Oh, I will declare war on the Teekan Corporation. My bad. So, declare war on the Teekan Corporation, and they are at war with the Teekan Corporation. So, it does appear that whatever our relationship is might affect what our options are for trade. So, you know what? Let's go ahead. Because let's look at the Nexilian Union. We do have some trade with them, and I want to sort of hurt them in any way possible. I want to, we'll say damage their economy. I want to see them go down a little bit, knock them down, but I don't want to go into an all-out war with them. So let's go ahead and try that. We're going to go ahead, Nexilian Union, and just, for experimentation purposes, we're going to go ahead and impose trade sanctions. You can't imagine how angry we are right now. Indescribably angry, furiously outraged, even quite upset. I like the way that's that's worded. So now that we have trade sanctions imposed on the Nexilian Union, I wonder what our options are for, let's say, you know, if we were to talk to the Dandalus Technocracy, a trade proposal. No, I guess our relationship with them is not good enough. Maybe that didn't open anything up, but it does hurt them a little bit economically because we do have trade with them. So by having trade sanctions, they're not going to be getting resources from us, and it looks like they're actually kind of surrounded by enemies. So that is definitely going to hurt them in the trade department. Now they do have a large enough empire that it's not going to be a huge deal. Like, they do have their own sources of all sorts of resources. But I'm wondering if we can't, because we do have a base right here, a bounty hunter's hideout from who? The Kalarba Major Confederation. I'm wondering, can we maybe damage some of their mining operations? Because I believe we've already set up a couple, missions here, and nobody's even considering them. But I wonder if we put some low-hanging fruit. You know, what if we were to go ahead and say, oh, I don't know, let's move our exploration ship around a little bit and see if we can't find maybe, I don't know, like right here. Here we go. We have a gas mining station. Why don't we go ahead and put a bounty on that? We'll go ahead and see if we'll say if any of the pirate factions bite that are operating in the area. So basically these guys. So if they go ahead and bite, then there's the possibility. No, they're not going to take it. Why not? They really don't want to go head to head with the Nexilian Union. Is that it, or is it they don't like us? More research into this matter will be needed, because it's like I said, I want to maybe get pirate missions working. I want to damage their supplies. Initiating the trade sanctions is just one part of all this. Where is this? Attack for blue screen assigned to none. Okay, this is interesting. The Roto Prime Collective has asked for our help against the Great Meridian Alliance, and it does appear that the Great Meridian Alliance is at war with the Slukans, and we can sort of see their expansion down here. This is a little worrisome, because if the Great Meridian Alliance gets too big and they're able to push a little bit too far, then that allows them to sort of maybe reestablish themselves as, we'll say, second top dog, because if I remember correctly, yeah, they were right below us, and they've only recently been slightly surpassed by the Nexilian Union. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this situation. However, I will not be directly intervening in that. So, but I do need to keep an eye on that, because while I'm busy over on my we'll say my right, the right area of my empire, or my right flank. No, it wouldn't be flank. Borders. We'll go with borders. We do have to worry about the Great Meridian Alliance doing something over on our left. So that's something that we'll need to keep an eye on. I decided to go ahead and move an exploration ship here, maybe a little bit closer to this pirate base, and see if I can't see any targets maybe a little bit closer. I'm really wondering if Kalarba Major Confederation. I wonder if we did. I don't know if I were to set up a protection arrangement that would be really expensive. I'm not too sure how to make effective use of them. I'm wondering if it's just there's no point at this point. They are so angry with us. But they are a nice faction within the Nexilian Union, and like I said, I want to try to do. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and try a protection arrangement again, just because I want to see if we can improve our relationships with them. This is probably a stupid move. This is actually more than likely a very stupid move. But I want to, we'll say, strengthen the pirates within the Nexilian territory. That way, there will be more raids. They have funding coming from somewhere now, right? Because if we look at, let's actually take a look at the this pirate faction. Actually, I could just go ahead and click on the flag here. There we go. If we take a look at, see, they have these. You see the blue. It says pirate protection. But when you have this color here with another pirate faction, it just means that they have got sort of a like a ceasefire. They're not going to mess with each other. But none of the empires are giving them money, so they've got no source of income. if I set up a protection arrangement with them, it's more likely that, you know, hey, you know, we'll give you some money, and we're basically funding them. And if we're funding them, they'll have more money to build more ships, and they should be able to maybe cause a little bit more of a disruption in this territory. So basically, we're kind of, we'll say, funding them to cause havoc within Naxilian territory. So, you know, instead of saying, okay, I'm wasting money, I'm going to kind of look at this as a way of maybe fighting a bit of a proxy war, if you will. So, a massive sinkhole. No, there's been a massive sinkhole in our colony Reach in the Irellan system. The entire continent has suffered extensive crustal collapse, sending entire cities plunging into the vast underground pools of mud and debris. Crud. Let's go to check out Reach and see what the condition here is. So I can't see because there's a little Tekin head in the way. Quality is 65 out of a maximum of 82, so that they took a significant hit, and that is unfortunate. The Naxilian Union is offering us a trade deal. They want us to lift our trade sanctions, and in exchange they'll give us the mining station Ton system, Sector M1. Now the Ton system, isn't that where we already have one of our mining stations? That is up here, correct? So they will give us another mining station that they are going to, it is the Ton system, right? Is it this one? Erezmoni mining station. Wait a minute, hold on here. Okay, I'm sorry, I misread that. They'll lift the trade sanctions on us, which we actually impose if we give them the mining base. Okay, sure, yeah, that sounds like a great deal. No, not gonna happen. Alright, so, you know, that we've got that underway. Hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to, we'll say, strengthen the pirate presence within their territory. They're telling us to get our forces out of their territory again. Man, our relationship with them is really starting to break down. Let me see. They're currently furious. Ooh. I was trying to keep things sort of peaceful, but I can see war maybe being inevitable. I can see it happening. Not the greatest. No, that's definitely not good. I'll need to establish some defensive fleets on some of these colonies over here, because I don't know if the Naxilians do decide to declare war on us. They will likely be going for our less defended planets here. The Desolation Moon Project. This has been going on for quite a little while, so let's see. How are you doing construction-wise? 34 components unbuilt. We're getting there. We will get there. We will get there eventually. All right. Now, I noticed our cash flow has gone down by quite a bit, and I suspect that part of that is because of the mass retrofitting you can see here. Oh, the Naxilian Union is trying to pay us off. Like this. The Naxilian Union is paying us about roughly, you know, 20,000 credits, which we are basically funneling back into the pirates that are operating in their territory. Yeah, you know, keep sending the gifts, buddy. Keep it up. Yes. But yeah, our cash flow was going up by quite a bit, and I suspect, like I said, that's because of the retrofitting. We're using newer ships, better components, and as such, what's happening is the ships are costing more for upkeep, and that's you know, hitting our cash flow. So I did go ahead and I increased the tax rate on several of our planets, maintaining that sort of hard cap of 30%, with the exception of 50, which is, you know, on the blue planet. But you know, every other one, you know, we still have a lot that have 0% tax, and those are still planets that we're still, you know, developing. Now we do still have this planet up here. That's really close to Naxilian territory. I need to be careful they don't go ahead and invade this one. Let me see. We do have some troops. You know, it will get there. And it does have a defensive fleet, so that's good. But yeah, so, you know, that's gonna cost us a little bit more. I do notice that our bonus income for this year, it does happen to be particularly good. Let me see. This year's bonus income, most of that is coming from spaceport and resort income. Ah, because of all the retrofitting. I wonder if that's what it is. I'm wondering, is that where we're getting the money. I just know that our private sector is just that's just sickening how rich they are. Like, we could tax the crap out of these guys. And you know what? Why don't we? Well, I think it's partially because we still want some growth, right? Because I still want growth, you know, I'm trying to keep the tax rates low, especially on the new planets. That's really important on we'll say new colonies, that you definitely want to have that. But the war between the Nexilian Union and the Raldan Corporation has ended. Oh no, you guys, you're supposed to keep fighting. Why are you not still fighting? I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed, but that's all right. You know, we got a couple of mining bases here that we can see. Why don't we go ahead and assign some mercenary missions? And I'm hoping, now that we have a protection agreement here with that faction, I'm kind of hoping they will take the bait. Let's see. No, you're not going to take it. They're not even considering it. Oh well. At the very least, it's improving our relationships with that pirate faction, and it's also funding them to cause trouble because they're pirates. Just being there will prompt them to cause trouble for the Nexilians. So I see this as sort of an investment. Oh, there's another pirate faction up here. They've got a few different little pirate factions within their territory. I'm not too sure if I want to. I'm not too sure if I want to go ahead and fund all of them, but you know, at least let's go ahead and fund one of them. I actually think that it would have probably been better to fund the Kentaurus Major. That's not the Kentaurus Major. That's the Dark Freightways, you idiot. Because they're a little bit further back, and so it's a little bit less likely that we're going to see some of them moving into our territories. But you know, for the time being, I guess you know we'll stick with these guys here. All right, I'm going to try something here. I'm looking at my characters, and I noticed I had an ambassador who was not assigned to any territory. So I figured, let's send him. He's got an amazing diplomacy skill of 130%. That is just absolutely amazing. So I'm actually sending him over to the Nexilian Union, and I realized that I believe I had him at the Asilis Major Enclave before we went ahead and we took over their entire territory. And I've sent him over to the Nexilian Union, and my hopes are that we can go ahead and use, we'll say, his diplomacy to maintain our relationships with the Nexilians while we try to, we'll say, damage them, we'll say, indirectly. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, maybe we can balance out this Furious so that it doesn't quite go to war, but we can continue to sort of undermine them. So I'm kind of using that ambassador offensively, which I think is actually a cool use of that unit. Now, we did go ahead and our intelligence agent Tiku Marteri has acquired a new character's trait. He went ahead. Oh no, it's Chozul Paklidu. Sorry, he completed his mission, so we're gonna go ahead and send him out on another one as well. Send him out. And I don't think I sent out anyone else, so I don't know why I would say as well, but it sounded good, so that's why I said it. I don't like 91%. If we can try to hit for at least the 94, 95 mark. 93 is not too bad. Yeah. You know, 93. Let's try this. That's still kind of risky, but hey, you know, we got to make some risks. The Cerulean Empire has offered us a trade deal. What is your offer? They want a mining station for another mining station. So they are offering us. I think this is the one they're offering us. The one in G3. And it's, what is it? The Zaphulos. So G3. That is probably up here. Wait, G3. Zaphulos system something. Right up here. So they've got I guess they have a mining base up here that I'm actually not aware of by the looks of things. Yeah, so they've got a mining base up there. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's... does it tell me what planet it's on? Let me take a look. Mining station, sector... No, it doesn't say. Zaphulos 1 mining station. So whatever Zaphulos 1 is, that's number 2. This is 3. The Lennis clan have raided our base. Not cool, guys. Not cool. So what kind of resources do we have on here? Some Salia. You know what? Nah, it's alright. So we've got some pirates that raided one of our bases. Where the heck was that? Let me see here. We've been raided by... Let me guess. It's one of the new colonies. It has to be. Oh, it's a mining station. Holy crap. I think that, you know, even though they may have raided us, and that really did not go in their favor. So they went ahead and they raided our mining base here. And what system is this in? This is in the Heiko system. So yeah, we have a colony here. Loros. Okay, yeah. That's fantastic. Good job, pirates. Good job, pirates. You got yourself blowed up real good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take one more look at the Distillation Moon project. I want to see how far along that is. I'm like, come on, I want to blow something up. Actually, I don't really want to, but I'm kind of curious. Still at 32. This thing is taking forever. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and see how things play out, you know, over time. You know, maybe we'll actually get a decent relation going with that pirate faction, and then we can hire them for other missions. You know, things are progressing very slowly between us and them, but you know, maybe we'll get there, and maybe you know, it's something new. It's a different way of playing the game, and I like that. So we're gonna go ahead and end things here though, because I am out of time. So if you like the video, you like the content, and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you know what? Go ahead and leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.